And it says, let's go back to the question one more time. It says, what is the probability that the volume of petrol needed to fill the tank is more than 50.5 liters? So obviously, guys, if we go back to the table, this group here, 51 to 60, represents the liters that are greater than 50.5, right? Because remember, you need to have it more than 50.5 liters. More than 50.5 liters. And the only group that has greater than 50.5 is the 51 to 60. Cool? I think that makes perfect sense. So they were trying to say, if you choose a car at random out of the 150 cars, which one of the cars would have greater than 50.5 liters? And they want the probability for that. So obviously, guys, the frequency for that class is 21. And it would clearly be over the 150 cars. And this would be the probability, guys. Because the only cars that have this big gas tank with 51 to 60 or greater than 50.5 liters is 21. It's only 21 cars in that class. Make sense? And there are 150 cars in total. So they're asking you, what's the probability that if you choose a car at random, you're going to get a big gas tank car, right? So obviously every car in this range, maybe it's just a SUV, maybe it's like a big car with a big gas tank, obviously. But that's the answer, guys. 21 over 150. It's kind of really simple to me. Let me go back down to the question again. Yes, it says a vehicle chosen at random from the 150 vehicles. A vehicle is chosen at random from the 150 vehicles. What's the probability that the volume of petrol needed to fill the tank is more than 50.5? So for the 50.5, for the class with 51 to 60, which is greater than 50.5, that's the only group. It's only one group with such a big gas tank, right? And it says more than 50.5, so obviously it has to be 51 to 60. And the frequency for that class is 21. So the probability is just 21 over 150. 21 cars over the 150 cars is the probability that we need. And it says leave your answer as a fraction. That's the fraction, guys, 21 over 150. And the next one here says the probability that a student chosen at random had at least 12 correct answers. Cool. At least 12 correct. So let's look at it, guys. Let's go back to the table. If they had at least 12 correct, that means that the answer, they would have to get 12 out of 15, 13 out of 15, 14 out of 15, or 15 out of 15, right? So we'd add up those values. We'd add up the value for 12, the one for 13, the one for 14, and the one for 15, because that would mean that the person gets over 12 or over, right? So 2 plus 11 plus 9 plus 10 would give us 32. So it's 32 students who got 12 and over. So that they ask you for the probability, guys. How many students got 12 and over? They got at least 12 correct. 32 students. So 32 over 60 students is the answer. Cool. Make sense, guys? Okay, let me just do it over for you. So it says the probability that a student chosen at random has at least 12 correct answers. So that means that the person would have to get 12 or more in the exam. So 12, 13, and 14, and 15 represents 12 or more, right? So 2 students got 12, 11 students got 13, 9 students got 14, and 10 students got 15. So if we add 2, 11, 9, and 10, that would give us 32. Right? 32 students got 12 or more on the exam. 12 or more out of 15. Cool? So because they got 12 or more, these students got 12 or more. Yes, and if we add up the total, guys, we need to know the total number of students as well. If you add up the total number of students, it's 60. So 32 out of 60 students are the ones who got 12 or more. So that's the answer. That's the answer for this question. 32/60. That's the probability. Cool. That's it. And I'll see you in the next lecture. And remember to do your best, and God will do the rest.